I stopped doing most of my skincare, and that's when my skin started looking better. At 45, which may not make sense because I used to spend $1,500 on one serum. I used to think more products, better skin. But the more I did, the more my skin felt it needed more. And it wasn't until I completely changed my approach that everything started to shift. I simplified everything, focused on supporting my skin, and learned how to actually use the right products the right way. And the way I even found out about it was actually really simple. And the crazy part is, I was really doing everything right. Gentle cleanser, moisturizer, all of it. But when I really looked at my skin, it wasn't reflecting any of that. Now, at 45, my skin actually looks better than it did 10 years ago. And it's not because I found some crazy expensive product. It's just I finally learned how to do it right. I feel like this is my lab, my bathroom, where everything happened. And the first thing I changed, honestly, I didn't think it would matter that much. But this is where everything started to shift. And the thing is, I was doing all the things you're supposed to do. I would cleanse my face in the morning. I had all the serums, all the moisturizers, but I would cleanse my face and my skin would already feel like it needed more. So I would keep layering, thinking, maybe I just haven't found that right serum yet. And still, my skin never looked the way I wanted it to. Even at night, I was using Retin-A and I was still feeling like, why I'm not seeing the results I expected? And this is the part I didn't realize at the time. I was actually scared to simplify. I felt like if I was going to use less, I'm gonna miss on that one important serum and my skin would age faster. I thought more steps was going to give me more beautiful skin, more youthful skin, but I was doing the opposite. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that very mindset was keeping my skin stuck. So the first thing I changed, and let's go back in my skin lab, my bathroom, where everything started. I stopped chasing expensive skincare. I really believed that a big price tag on a skincare product meant guaranteed amazing results. When I actually looked at my skin, it wasn't reflecting that. And that was kind of a wake-up moment for me. I had to ask myself, how many $1,500 serums am I going to keep layering until I admit this isn't working? I wasn't being dramatic. I just had to be honest with myself. Everything I was doing was not giving me the results I expected. And I realized it was not about the price. It was about understanding what my skin actually needed. And this is where everything started to change for me. Because right after that, I was introduced to a completely different approach to skincare, but not here in my skin lab, in my backyard. I had a birthday party here in my backyard, and a newer neighbor of mine was one of the guests. And I remember I kept looking at her skin. It just looked so good, healthy, smooth, and glowing in a natural way. And I asked her, because I always ask whenever I see someone with beautiful skin, what are you using on your skin? The next day, she texted me. And that's how I found out about La Vienne. It's a Korean skincare company. So I went to their website, trying to figure out what to buy. And I was actually kind of taken aback at first, because everything was about being gentle to the skin and calming the skin and supporting your skin's natural barrier. And my first thought was, isn't that kind of ineffective? Don't I need something stronger? Because how is all this going to keep me looking younger? But my neighbor's skin looked so good that I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. But once I started using it, that's when I started noticing something different. My skin didn't feel like it needed more. It just started to feel healthy. It regained that natural bounce. It looked more hydrated and plump. And I started getting that, that healthy looking glow, glass looking skin. That's when it really clicked for me. I didn't need stronger products. I just needed to support my skin the right way. And once I understood that, I started simplifying everything. Now my mornings are actually quite simple. I do a quick cleanse with the Microtide Beauty Brush and the Perfect Balance Cleanser from La Vienne. Wow, just after cleansing, look at that glowing skin. Oh my goodness. Then I go with one serum, and that's all. The Volumizing Radiance Essence from La Vienne. You should see what it does to my skin. The foamy texture hydrating my skin, nourishing it. Thin layer of the Microcollagen Core Cream, mixing it all together. We need to protect our skin from the sun with the La Vienne Perfect Youth Sun Cream. And let's finish off with the Microcollagen Mist. This was actually really hard for me because I felt like I should be doing more, shouldn't I? But I learned that simple can actually be more effective. And I'll show you exactly what I do at night because that's where it really made a big difference. At night, I wash my face with just my hands and the La Vienne Perfect Balance Cleanser. I use retin-A, not too much, just enough. The Microcollagen Core Cream. And a quick mist of the Microcollagen Core Cream. And that's it. And this is where I believe a lot of people get it wrong. They either use too much or you're not consistent with it. And consistency, it's really what makes the difference. My skin actually feels better now than when I was doing 5 or 6 steps, which is kind of amazing when you think about it, because I really thought more steps meant better results. But it wasn't about doing more. It was about doing it right. And I really wish I knew that sooner. Honestly, the biggest change wasn't even about the products. It was letting go of that feeling that I needed to do more and trusting that my skin actually does better when I don't overdo it. And that's when I started to notice something. My skin wasn't just staying the same. It was actually getting better. At 45, in a way it never did before. And a big part of that was learning how to use retin-A the right way. Because I used to think I was using it correctly, but I wasn't. So if you're using retin-A and your skin isn't looking the way you expected it, that's the video you should watch next. And if you want to see the actual products I use now, I have a full playlist on the best skincare for glowing skin. Because once you understand what your skin actually needs, everything just becomes easier.